Thank you so much. My name is Stephanie Willie. I'm with Comcast Spotlight, local sales manager, but I'm also a member of the Drug-Free Wicomico Task Force, which has been in existence for many years. And I have the privilege to work with an amazing group of people that I'll talk about a bit more later. I want to welcome each of you to the 17th annual Wicomico County Underage Substance Use Reduction Awards Luncheon. We're so glad that you can be with us today on this special occasion as we recognize our enforcement, local establishments, and community leaders for their outstanding commitment to reducing underage drinking, tobacco, and other drug use in Wicomico County during 2016 and 2017. Enforcement awards cover the time period of actually January 2016 through December 2016. I want to recognize that the tumblers and pens on your table today are being provided to you through the Tobacco Enforcement Initiative. So we want to give them a round of applause. And thank you. The video that was playing as you came in today to the awards luncheon was produced by the Drug Action Resource Team Coalition, students who are drug-free. We'll be hearing a little bit more about that a bit later. And right now I'd like to introduce Reverend Mark Thompson, who's going to bless the meal for us.
Good afternoon. Let us bow our heads. I know if you're like me, we were rushing, but it's always good to pause for a moment to recognize His presence in the room. Our Father and God, we thank you so very much for this day, for all the participants of this illustrious program that does so much for our community. We thank you, Lord, for all those in attendance. Now, Lord, we ask that you bless this food that we're about to receive. Bless the hands prepared it in the mighty and matchless name of Jesus, and all God's children have a right to say, Amen.
And now I'm very pleased to bring up Olivia Mamay and Richard Bruckner from the State's Attorney's Office. And Olivia Mamay is the Community Outreach Coordinator with the United Way of the Eastern Shore, Lower Eastern Shore. And Richard Bruckner is with the State's Attorney's Office, and they're going to talk a little bit about the art competition.
Good afternoon, everyone. So, as many of you may have heard, last year the State's Attorney's Office decided they wanted to engage kids in an addiction awareness art competition. And they did a phenomenal job. But it was a lot of work, so this fall they handed it off to me at the United Way. We support the 4 lower counties here on the Eastern Shore, so we opened it up to high school students in all 4 of our counties. So we got high school students involved. They were Worcester, Wicomico, Somerset, and Dorchester County students. And because of extra funding, we were able to open it up to Wicomico County middle school students as well. So we asked for the top 5 pieces from all of these schools, and we had about 70 submissions, so it was phenomenal. And you can see some of the pieces over here. There were also film submissions as well. Do you want to give a little blurb?
Sure. Good afternoon, everybody. Rich Bruckner. I am one of your assistant state's attorneys, as well as the heroin reduction strategist for the state's attorney's office and our county. This started off with the idea of, wouldn't it be cool to reapply some of the drug dealers' money when the sheriff's department and our sheriff said, how about when we bust these guys putting the poison on the streets to our kids, and we seize the assets after these folks are convicted, to redistribute that to the prevention end of things. So what's actually happened is the money's being taken, the ill-gotten gains of drug dealing are being taken from the drug dealers, funneled over to the United Way as prize money for spreading the message of prevention, recovery, and some of the addiction modalities that are now available here in Salisbury. It turns out that the state's attorney's office is far better at prosecuting cases than running art contests. We had no idea the number of pieces of artwork that were going to come flooding in last year. Our conference room turned into an art gallery, and it was clear to us that part of running an effective office is knowing when you need help and knowing where to find that. And we found that in the United Way, an amazing partnership with a lot of the folks in this room. And we were able to take this message that started in Wicomico County, as Liv said, to the 4 lower counties and include a lot of the other schools in our 4 lower counties, which one of the things Liv figured out was to have them actually present the top 5 pieces instead of all of the pieces. You know, that was a brilliant maneuver.
And it was framed.
And framed, right? And they were ready to go. So On your way out today, we ask that you stop and see how the kids carry the message of oftentimes the transition from pills to heroin, the spread of opioids throughout our community and how that happens. I think that what they do visually, truly a lot of times a picture is worth 1,000 words. I believe that they're going to be available on our county's website as well eventually once that's up. Last year's winners are still posted there in the videos. This year's will follow shortly, so they're sure worth a look. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let's give one more round of applause, particularly for the United Way, for everything that they're doing in our community. Really fabulous people. Okay, now the important part, the actual awards and recognition. So I'm going to ask Dr. George Whitehead and Fred Baker from Comcast Spotlight to come up, and we're going to do the first categories of awards. These are the Drug-Free Wycomico Underage Drinking Leadership Award for 2016 for outstanding leadership and commitment to reducing underage drinking in Wycomico County, Maryland, presented this 7th day of June 2017. So our first folks that are going to receive recognition are Patrolman First Class John Herbert from Salisbury University Police Force, Sergeant William Woodward from Salisbury University, and Officer Heather Schellenberger from Fruitland. Round of applause. Our next group of awards for Drug-Free Wycomico Underage Drinking Awards, we're going to ask Sergeant Richard Engel. Are you here, Sergeant?
You got called away for attack.
That's very important. Okay, we'll excuse him. Trooper First Class Justin Riggs, Deputy First Class Jeremy Bushell, Deputy First Class Evan Cobb, Deputy First Class Bonnie Douglas, Corporal James Jackson, Corporal Joel Arnold, Officer Tom Brannon, Sergeant Daniel Calhoun, Patrolman First Class Ron Shizeski, and Patrolman First Class Kelly Hiddy. All of these officers are being recognized for their outstanding efforts and commitment to reducing underage drinking in Wycomico County, Maryland on the 7th day of June 2017. Our next award is going to be presented to Dariana Ortiz. Dariana, you want to come up? Dariana is being recognized for her outstanding leadership and commitment to reducing underage drug use as a member of the Drug Action Response Team in Wycomico County, Maryland, presented this 7th day of June. Congratulations. Next, we're going to ask the representatives from Apple Discount Drug to come forward. Apple Discount Drugs is being recognized for housing the first pharmacy prescription drug drop-off box with the new DEA regulations in Wycomico County, Maryland, presented on the 7th day of June 2017. Next, we're going to ask representatives from United Way of the Lower Eastern Shore to come forward. Kathleen Olivia Mamay. The United Way of the Lower Eastern Shore is being recognized today for offering the annual Lower Shore Addiction Awareness Visual Arts Competition and adding this to their repertoire of work to create a piece of art that expresses how drug addiction efforts in the middle and high school students, how it affects middle and high school students in Wycomico County. Presented this 7th day of June 2017. Congratulations. And we also want to say again, please go over and visit the artwork. Look at the artwork before you leave, because a lot of work was put into these by the students, and we want you to take just a few minutes to go and recognize their work. Okay, now next up we're going to ask the Wycomico County State's Attorney Office and the Wycomico County Sheriff's Office to come forward. The Wycomico County State's Attorney's Office and the Wycomico County Sheriff's Office are both organizations are also being recognized for their efforts to in the underage drinking prevention area. Thank you so much. The next award is going to be presented to representatives for the Young Entrepreneurs Academy, and today we have Donnie Waters, who was one of the program curriculum teachers this year, and Bill Chambers, who's the new president and CEO of the Salisbury Area Chamber of Commerce that has been hosting the program. Sophia Smecker couldn't be here today, and I'm really sorry she couldn't be. She just took a new position, and she ran the program this year, and the YA program has been doing a lot to promote entrepreneurship in Wycomico County. This is their second year, and they're offering a 6-month after-school program that teaches middle and high school students to develop new businesses, and they're being recognized for their efforts in Wycomico County, the 7th day of June. Next, I'd like to ask Peninsula Regional Medical Center to come forward. Representatives? We're recognizing Peninsula Regional Medical Center today for providing staff assistance with the recent Drug Action Response Team videotaping of the hospital for a scene on an overdose in one of their commercials. And this is being done today, the 7th day of June for Wycomico County. Next, I'd like to ask James Bo Kennedy Jr., Chief of Special Police, Assistant Director of Facilities, to come forward. Is he here?
That was with PRMC.
And that part of PRMC as well? Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. And next is Caring and Sharing. Do we have representatives from Caring and Sharing? Okay, Caring and Sharing is being recognized today for providing addictions awareness, support, resources, and education to those addicted to heroin and their families in Wycomico County, Maryland, presented on the 7th day of June 2017, and we'll get their plaque to them. Next, I'd like to ask our prevention coordinator in Wycomico County, Cynthia Schiffler, to come up. She's going to work with me on the Drug Abuse Task Force Awards.
Unfortunately, Brian Pope could not be here today because he would be giving this award. So I'm only giving this award for him because he heads up the Drug Abuse Task Force.
We'd like to ask Patrick Dodery to come up. Patrick is being recognized for being an instrumental figure in implementing and continuing to advance the cause of the Drug Abuse Task Force meetings at Peninsula Regional Medical Center, providing insight into the heroin epidemic, which includes the use of naloxone, fatal, non-fatal overdoses, and related data in Wycomico County, the 7th day of June. Next, we're going to move on to our Drug-Free Wycomico Establishment Awards. I'm going to ask John Gronke to come up and assist with this part of the presentation. We're going to ask representatives from Brew River to come forward. And from Cheers, I know we have someone here from Cheers. Anyone here from Johnny's Sub Shop? How Sweet It Is? Shorestop on Parsons Road? The Fruitland Wine Rack? Autumn Grove Tiger Market? Shorestop on Friendship Road? And last but not least, Chicken Man. Let's give a round of applause. They're being recognized today for their continued commitment to reducing underage drinking in Wycomico County, Maryland on the 7th day of June 2017.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you. I'm John Gronke, the Chief Liquor License Inspector for the county. The longer I'm in this position, the more I realize that the success of any task force almost never hinges exclusively on the efforts of just one person. It involves, to a large extent, the efforts of an entire group of people and agencies, both in the task force and in the private sector. So today I have the pleasure to recognize Patrick Johnson of Carey Distributors for his cooperation and dedication in helping to reduce the sale of alcohol to underage persons in Wycomico County. Patrick, for the past 10 years, had offered all the resources available to him through his employer towards our mission by providing material such as ID checking guide books for all our licensed establishments, posters warning the underage not to use their fake ID in Wycomico County, and for this and many other reasons, Patrick, we are truly grateful you're on our side.
Next, we're going to move on to our tobacco awards. I'm going to ask Carol Fennerer to come forward. She's our prevention supervisor at the health department, and Cindy Schiffler is going to assist her. And Rhonda Bryant sends her regrets. She's the tobacco coordinator for Wycomico County. She had a previous commitment training-wise, so she couldn't be here today. Our first set of awards for the tobacco awards are going to be presented to Deputy First Class Dave Goldberg. Are you here? Dave's here? All right. Deputy First Class Dave Goldberg is up here, and I also need First Sergeant Mark Wagner. Is Mark here? Okay. Lieutenant Rich Weisberg. I hope I said that right. And Deputy First Class Matthew Cook. These gentlemen all come forward. These officers are being recognized today for their outstanding leadership and commitment to reducing underage tobacco use in Wycomico County, Maryland on the 7th day of June 2017. Next, we'd like to present a certificate to Lower Shore Friends. Do we have someone here from Lower Shore Friends? If you come up, I'm going to read this to you. Unfortunately, your plaque is not ready yet, but we promise it will be ready soon. So you get a certificate too. That means you're special. Here. Okay. Lower Shore Friends is being recognized today for outstanding dedication to employee and client health, which includes providing annual stop smoking classes. Next, we'd like to ask representatives from Purdue Farms to come forward. Purdue Farms is also being recognized today for outstanding dedication to employee health, which includes providing annual stop smoking classes. So round of applause for Purdue. Our next set of tobacco awards are going to be presented to Corporal James Jackson. Is Corporal Jackson here? How about Corporal Joe Arnold? Deputy First Class Jeff Chase, and that was Deputy First Class Howard Bowden, and Deputy First Class Stephen Fisher. These officers are being recognized for their outstanding effort and commitment to reducing underage tobacco use in Wycomico County, Maryland, presented this 7th day of June 2017. We have one more tobacco award to present today to Jordan Miller for commitment to reducing youth tobacco access by participating in youth under 18 years of age compliance checks in Wycomico County, Maryland, presented this 7th day of June 2017. And we do. We have representatives from 1 Year to Empowerment. I noticed I saw Sam. There we go. Okay. 1 Year to Empowerment is being recognized today for their outstanding effort and commitment to reducing youth tobacco access by implementing face-to-face vendor education in Wycomico County, Maryland. You know what day? The 7th day of June 2017. Next up, I'd like to invite Emmanuel Wesleyan Church representative to come up. You're special too. You're very special. Of course you are. You do the mentoring program too, so you're very special. There we go. Emmanuel Wesleyan Church is being recognized today for their outstanding effort and commitment to reducing youth tobacco access by implementing face-to-face vendor education in Wycomico County, Maryland, presented this 7th day of June 2017. And our final award today is being presented to Rapture Ready Ministries. Who do we have? There we go.
That's a lot of us.
There is a lot. That's a good thing. More the merrier. Okay, Rapture Ready Ministries is being recognized today for their outstanding effort and commitment to reducing youth tobacco access by implementing face-to-face vendor education in Wycomico County, Maryland, presented this 7th day of June 2017. You want the award? Now I just have a few closing comments, if you'll bear with me, because there's a lot of folks we really do need to recognize that work behind the scenes all during the year on these important efforts. It does take a team of people to pull off this event each year and every year, so we'd like to take just a few moments, first of all, to recognize the Maryland Behavioral Health Administration for funding today's luncheon. I'd like to ask my fellow drug-free Wycomico members, drug abuse task force members to stand and be recognized. These folks work hard every day. We meet monthly. We're constantly working on programs and prevention to improve the environment of our community. And we would not be here without all of your hard work and commitment. And a special shout out to Cynthia Schiffler, who is our prevention coordinator for Wycomico County. She never puts her name in the script. She doesn't like recognition, but without her, a lot of this would not be happening, I can tell you. And she's the queen of data, too. All right. We greatly appreciate all of the local enforcement agencies for continuing to enforce the underage drinking and tobacco use laws in Wycomico County. It's so very, very important to our mission. These laws can seem inconsequential compared to the many other important things you do every day, but you are saving the lives of our young people, and it's very, very important because it really does. Prevention starts at a young age. All the data we get says that, and it's really, really important to catch folks at a young age. Establishments, thanks for not selling alcohol to underage youth and being responsible establishments. The job that you do is critical to the health and well-being of our youth. So thank you so much for that. All of our community award winners, thanks for making a difference in underage drug use in Wycomico County by impacting the lives of children, adults, and senior citizens. And we also have a lot of partners that we'd like to thank who assist us throughout the year: Salisbury's Promise, PAC 14, Comcast Spotlight, WMDT, the Salisbury Police, the Delmar Police, Fruitland Police, Salisbury University Police, Maryland State Police, Wycomico County Sheriff's Office, Wycomico County Liquor License Office, Peninsula Regional Medical Center, the Wycomico County Detention Center, Apple Discount Drugs, and actually all of our pharmacies that participate in the prescription drug take back and drop off box program. We want to say thanks to the tobacco staff and PAC 14 for all that they do each and every day to make our community healthy, smoke-free, and drug-free. And we want to thank the Tobacco Enforcement Initiative again for the tumblers and pens. We'd also like to recognize today the DART team, that's the Drug Action Response Team, and their commitment to addressing drug use with children and youth in Wycomico County. None of us could do nothing without the leadership and support of the Wycomico County Health Department Officer Lori Brewster, our health officer. Lori, take a bow. Stand up, please. She's amazing. And many thanks to each and every one of you for all that you do every day to make Wycomico County a better place to live. I hope you have a great afternoon and a safe journey home. And we still have some dessert up here if anybody wants any. Okay? Thank you so much. Have a great day.